Hello everyone, this is BV Hiramat. The next part of the ray optics is the power of lens. What is that power of lens? Actually, the power of lens which measures the convergence or divergence which the lens produces in the light falling on it. The lens of a shorter wavelength bend the incident light more. The convergence is produced in the case of convex lens and divergence is produced in the case of concave lens. See, here that actually this is a lens, we know that, and so if this is the incident light, if incident light fall on the lens, there is a refraction process takes place. So due to refraction, the ray is bending, so it may be either side, so it may be bending towards the center or it may be away from the principal axis. See, this is the case in which how much the ray of light which is a bend, which is measured by the power of lens. That is the, we can call it as power of lens. According to definition, here the definition, the power of lens is defined as the tangent of the angle by which it converges or diverges a ray of light parallel to the principal axis incident at a unit distance from the optical center. That is what we can call it as power of lens. Here it's clearly explains that the tangent of the angle here or here, the tangent of the angle by which it converges or diverges, how much it converges and how much it diverges, which is measured by the tangent of the angle, so that shows the power of lens. This is the definition of the power of lens. Then as in the given diagram it shows, see here, so in the given diagram it shows this is the ray of incident light which is parallel to the principal axis, and this is the lens, and this is the optical center. C we can call it here, that C, this is what we can call it as optical center, and H be the height of the ray from the principal axis. This is the diagrammatic representation. Here once the ray of light which is incident on the lens, due to refraction, there is a divergence takes place, and which is meet towards the principal axis and which meets the principal focus. Here the ray of light is bent by an angle is theta. It passes when it passes through the principal focus. See here. So this is an angle theta when which is passes towards the principal axis. In such a condition, here f be the focal length of the lens and cf be the which is represented as a cf in the given figure. See, the distance from the principal focus to C, this is what we can call it as a focal length, which is represented by f. And so that according to definition, the tangent of the angle, that is a tan theta, is equal to h divided by f. So from this we can calculate the how much it deviates the incident light. The incident light, how much it bends, or it may be diverge, or it may be converge. How much it converges, which is measured using the power of lens. Here if h is equal to 1, and then tan theta becomes 1 by f. For a small value of theta, tan theta can be taken as theta. Hence from this equation, theta is equal to 1 by f. Hence the power of lens formula is here. The power of lens P is equal to 1 by f. So power of lens is the reciprocal of focal length. That is P is equal to 1 by f. The SI unit of power of lens is diopter. See here, this is the SI unit of power of lens, diopter, which is represented by capital D. And one diopter value is, so one diopter is the power of lens whose focal length is 1 meter. For a converging lens, it is positive, and for a diverging lens, it is power of lens is negative. This is the concept about the power of lens. See, the next one is very important one. Here, the image formation in the case of thin lens. How the images are formed in case of thin lens. To find the image of an object by a lens, we take any two rays originating from any point on the object. The path of the two rays are traced using the law of refraction, and the point where the refracted ray meet or appear to meet in case of divergence is found. If the convergent to choose any two of the following rays are here. See, the next concept is image formation in case of the thin lens. How the image is formed by the use of thin lens. This is the concept here. To find the image of the object by lens, we take any two rays which are originating from the any point of the object. The path of the two rays are traced using a law of refraction and the point where the refracted rays meet. It is convenient to choose any two following rays are like this as follows. See, this is the diagrammatic representation. Here AB be the object and this is the lens, where C is the optical center, F is the first principal focus and F dash be the second principal focus, and A dash B dash be the image. See here, if the ray is originating from the point on the object, see, so this is an object. You can take any point on the object, you need to choose two rays to get the image. See here, in those two rays, one ray is a parallel to the principal axis here, and which is after refraction, which is passes through the second principal focus. See here, F dash is the second principal focus, and this ray is passes through the second principal focus F dash in the convex lens, or diverges from the first principal focus in case of concave lens. See, if there is a concave lens, in such a condition, the ray is which is travel like this, or which appears to travel like this, diverges like this. So you can take like that in case of divergence. See, we are using convex lens here, that's why we need to choose that ray is passes through the second principal focus. And so another ray here, there is a ray which is passing through the optical center. See, C be the optical center. So the ray is passing through the optical center, and these two rays are merges at a single point, and this is what we can call it as a image formed. So this is the image. A dash B dash be the image of the object AB. Then a ray is passing, if the ray is passing through the first principal focus like this, if the ray is passing through the first principal focus after refraction, that is parallel to the principal axis like this. So the third ray is not given here. So if the ray is passes through the first principal focus, if the rays passes to the first principal focus after refraction, that is parallel to the principal axis like this. So this is another, see, another ray, if it is passes through the first principal focus, then later after refraction, which is passes that is parallel to the principal axis, and like this image is formed. Then if convex lens is producing a real image, then how it forms means, see here, when object AB is placed, see, this is an example, this the same diagram we are taking here for the real image using convex lens. This is the convex lens here, and C be the center of optical center here, and F be the first principal focus, F dash be the second principal focus, AB is an object, and A dash B dash be the image. When an object AB is placed perpendicular to the principal axis, see here, this is the principal axis, AB is the object, so which is placed on the principal axis at a distance which is more than focal length. See here, the object is present at a distance which is more than a focal length. if the distance is more than focal length, then image formed is A dash B dash, which is real and inverted. See here, if the object is beyond F, then object is real inverted image. Then if exactly when the object is present within the distance from F to 2F, see, if the object is present within the distance F to 2F, in such a condition image is enlarged image, will get the big image. When the object is distance, when the object distance nothing but the distance from object to optical center. When the object distance is more than 2f, if the object distance is more than 2f, or if object is present beyond the 2f, in such a condition image formed is diminished image. But when the object distance is exactly at a 2f, in such a condition the image is the same size as that of the object. The object size and image size is both are same if object is present on the 2f. First case. Now second case. In the second case, what happens here? The convex lens producing a virtual image. When the convex lens produces virtual image. See, I already told that when the object is beyond f, then we'll get a real image. If the object is within the f, in such a condition, we'll get the virtual image. See, this is an example for this one. When object is or object distance is less than focal length, or when the object is present within the principal focus, in such a condition image formed will be virtual. See, so this is a f, a principal focus, and this distance is a focal length. If the object is present within the f, in such a condition, here there are two rays. One ray is parallel to the principal axis, another ray passing through the optical center, and after refraction this ray is passes like this and this ray is passes like this, and if reproduce these two lines, you will get the image here at the A dash B dash. But this is not a real image, this is virtual image which is formed when the object is present within the f. This is the second case. Then come to the third case. In the third case, concave lens producing a virtual image. See, this is the concave lens here. This is concave lens and this is the convex lens. In this case, all the positions of the object image formed will be virtual. In all cases, in the concave lens, in all positions object the image formed will be virtual. See, wherever you can place the object, but image formed will be virtual image and direct image, diminished image. This is the case in case of the concave lens. Thin lens formula. See, the thin lens formula that gives the relationship between object distance u, image distance v, and focal length f, which gives the relation of the thin lens formula. Let us consider an extended object AB. See here, this is an object AB which is placed at a right angle to the principal axis. See, this line we can call it as a principal axis. To this principal axis, object is placed perpendicular. Now, let us consider a convex lens. See, this is shown in the figure like this. Let u be the object distance. See, u be the object distance. Object distance nothing but the distance from object to optical center. And v be the image distance. See, image distance is nothing but it is a distance from image to optical center, which is called as image distance. A ray of light, see, so if you want image minimum two rays are required to produce the image, in which first ray is AM. AM be the nothing but it is an incident light which is a parallel to the principal axis after refraction which passes through the principal focus. See, F be the principal focus and which passes through the principal focus. And another ray of light, see, this is another ray of light, this ray which is passing through the optical center, and this ray, one ray parallel ray AM and another ray AC, these two rays are merges at a single point. This point here, this is an image. A dash B dash be the image formed, and which is a perpendicular to the principal axis. And the image formed in this concave convex lens, this is the real image, and this real image which is the inverted also, let V be the image distance, the image distance from the optical center to image formed. This distance we can call it as image distance, and the distance from optical center to the principal focus, this is what we can call it as focal length. Then see, so there are many similar triangles are here, in which we can consider two similar triangles ABC and A dash B dash C. See, here there are two similar triangles. One is a ABC. See, ABC. Another one is A dash B dash, A dash B dash C dash. This is the another triangle. See, here there are two triangles here. Then, so due to similar triangles, this can be written as, so AB divided by A dash B dash, and that is another one equal to BC divided by B dash C. If there are two similar triangles in such a condition, we can take it as, so AB divided by A dash B dash, BC divided by B dash C. This is equation number 1. See, AB divided by A dash B dash equal to CB divided by CB dash. Then, so another similar triangle, that is MCF and A dash B dash F. There are again two similar triangles here. One is MCF, another one is A dash B dash F. So again, due to similar triangle, this can be written as MC divided by A dash B dash equals to CF divided by B dash F. This is equation number 2 or equation number 9.16. Then, since we know that AM, this is a parallel to the principal axis. In such a condition, the distance, wherever you can consider, the distance is same. That's why MC is equal to AB. So now, from our equation, that is the equation number 1.6, you can replace MC divided equal to A as a AB. So now replace MC in A as a AB. Now the above equation becomes, instead of MC, now we wrote AB. Then remaining terms are as it is. So that is AB divided by A dash B dash equal to CF divided by F B dash. This is the next equation. Now comparing these equation number 9.15 and 9.17. So due to comparison, this equation becomes, so in the 9.15 or 9.17, LHS is same, that is AB divided by A dash B dash. Hence, so if the LHS are equal, obviously RHS also equal. Then in the 19.15, RHS is CB by C dash CB dash, and in the 19.17, RHS is CF divided by FB dash. So now these two are equal. See, CF keep as it is, then FB dash, see in the diagram, FB dash value we don't know, but we know the value of CB dash, that is V. CF value we know, that is the F, but we don't know the value of FB dash. Hence this f b dash can be written as cb dash minus cf. See, f b dash can be written as cb dash minus cf, that is also equal to f b dash. Now instead of f b dash we may write cb dash minus cf. See, this is the equation cb dash minus cf. This is the third equation. Next equation, that is 9.18. So using Cartesian sign convention, we know that if the ray of light travel along with the incident light, along the direction of incident light, it is taken positive. If the measurement direction is opposite to the incident light, then in condition, so you can take it as a negative sign. CB here, see, CB, all the measurement starts from the optical center only. C to B, the measurement is from C to B, but the direction of incident light is opposite. Hence, the U can be taken as negative sign. Hence, this is CB is equal to minus U. CB dash. Next one is CB dash. See, C to B dash. The all measurement starts from optical center and the direction of measurement is C to B dash, and the direction of light is also same direction, hence so it is positive. See, next one is CF. See, CF also the direction of measurement and the direction of incident light both are same, that's why it is positive. See, CB dash and CF are taken positive. Now substitute these values in the above equation. See, CB, CB dash, CF. Substitute in the above equation. Now, so CB, instead of CB, we wrote minus U. Instead of CB dash, that is V. CF can be written as F. CB nothing but V. CF nothing but F. So minus keep as it is. That is, after the cross multiplication becomes, see, minus U into V becomes minus UV. Minus U into minus F becomes plus UF. Then equal to U into F, sorry, V into F becomes VF. Or, so this negative term send it to the RHS side, this VF sent to LHS side. Then equation becomes UV is equal to UF minus VF. Now dividing this equation through by UVF. So to this equation you need to divide by UVF. Then UV by UVF. UV get cancelled, you will get 1 by F is equal to UF divided by UVF. Means UF get cancelled, so remaining term is 1 by V minus, as it is, see here VF is there, VF divided by UVF, then VF get cancelled, remaining term is 1 by U, and this is the equation. We can call it as a relation between object distance U, image distance V, and focal length F. This is also called it as a thin lens formula. So this formula is applicable for both convex as well as concave lens. So thin lens formula is equal to 1 by F equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U.